Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight. Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight. Pour another cup, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Hey, it's your boy Tight. But you tuning in with Ray Ray's podcast. Kicking my boy Ray. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we back at it again. It's a new year, a new day. Thank y'all for rocking with Ray's podcast one more time. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you're having a great New Year so far. Man, I hope you make some goals for yourself. You crush them, and everything you want for this new year to come. Hope everything comes to fruition for you this new year, man. I hope you ended the last year strong. If not, it's all right. It's a new year. We don't get to it, man. This is gonna be 5 years of Ray Ray's podcast this year. We started in 2020, weeks before the pandemic, and it's crazy. We're still here. We're still rocking. I've seen so many people that start shows after that. They're not even doing shows anymore, but we still here and we still at it. Since this being the 5-year anniversary of Ray Ray's podcast, that first year we was just audio based. So some of those guests get their face seen on the screen. We're gonna bring them back little by little, and also we're gonna have some new guests throughout the year that y'all haven't seen before. So be sticking in and tuning in for that. Make sure you're following us. If you ain't, take a second right now, pause this video. Go like, subscribe, follow. Make sure you're getting all the alerts on YouTube whenever we drop new content, on Instagram, or wherever. If you haven't been to RayRacePodcast.com, you can do all that stuff I was telling you about by just going to RayRacePodcast.com, and we got you there, all right? Cool. So this is a new year. So let's start off with some positive words, all right? Just in case if nobody told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason. Hey, you're stronger than you think. Hey, whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through this. See, here on my show, Ray Ray's Podcast, I am glad that you're alive, and most importantly, don't give up. So when you keep those positive words in your heart and in your mind, when tough situations arise, you can get through those situations so much easier by going back to say, I am who I am. I can do what I can say I can do. Bet. Cool. Before we get into today's show, like I said, we got an amazing guest. He was part, of some of the first couple episodes. Actually, one of my first few guests I had on the show. Someone I look up to, but I'll give him a proper introduction in just a second. Real quick, I got to give a shout out to Jazzy Black and 97.9 for having me on. Matter of fact, on New Year's Day, that's how I started off my new year, going on 97.9, talking about all things Ray Ray's podcast and some of the things we got going on this year. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that. Real quick, we got to pay some bills. Shout out to Lit Vacations. If you're looking to book that next vacation or a destination wedding, that girls trip, the homies trip, bachelorette party, hit up my guy Austin with Lit Vacations. He's going to make sure y'all taken care of from the transfers to and from the airport, all your excursions. He's going to give you the best rate possible you can find. Hit up Austin at Lit Vacations. That's Litt Vacations. And tell him Ray from Ray Ray's Podcast hit you, all right? Cool. With it being a new year and the 5th year anniversary of Ray Ray's Podcast, we're going to do something new. We're going to call this the shout-out segment of Ray Ray's Podcast. It's where we're going to, highlight different, artists, designers, songs, things of that nature, all right? So this week's the inaugural shout-out, we want to shout out the guy, Katie the Singer. You've seen him on Ray Ray's Podcast in the past. Man, he's got a single out called Still Me. Be sure to go jam that joint. It is absolutely amazing. It is a sample of a Luther Vandross song. He absolutely demolishes that. So go check out my guy, Katie the Singer. Make sure you go follow Katie the Singer and go jam Still Me by Katie the Singer. Cool. So let's get into it. Let's introduce this guest, man. This is someone I look up to, one of my good friends, man. Man, y'all shout out to the OG, Mr. George Lopez is in the building. What's up, George? How we doing, bro?
Chilling, bro. 2025 now, so we're getting the year started.
Yeah, we getting started, man. Welcome back. Appreciate you coming back on the show.
Definitely.
And rocking with us one more time. We've been talking about this for a minute. I know a lot of it's my fault. But I had to get sit down towards the end of the year. I got humbled real quick in the way. I didn't need to get humbled, but hey, we here, we rocking. We got you back here
Definitely.
on the show again. All right. So cool. Let's kick it off like this. For the people who aren't familiar with George Lopez, tell them about George Lopez, who it is, who you are, and what it is that you do, man.
Man, just a workaholic, man. Workaholic. I'm slowing it down now. Been working since an early age, man. So, went from DJing back in the day to DJing nightclubs, from private parties to nightclubs, and then, opened up a retail store, T-Town Music in Pleasant Grove inside the Broom Bazaar. And then me and my cousin got together, created a label called T-Town Music, and we dropped 2 compilations. And in 2001, we decided to make a rap group called DSR, Dirty Side Riders. And before that, before we even dropped the group, we were helping out distributing, marketing, promotions, bookings with a lot of other artists in Texas, like Flip and Slim Thug and Paul Wong, Chamillionaire, Swisher House, distribution, Boss Hog Outlaws, Freestyle Kings, all of them, bro. We're part of that little movement there. And then we just, seeing all the labels, independent labels coming out of Texas, I'm like, you know what? Me and my cousin said, we need to put our own group out. So we ended up putting out DSR. And luckily with the relationships that we have, all those labels that I helped out or whatever booked, they all helped us out and helped us, get DSR out there. Back in 2005, 4 years later, we ended up signing with Universal Music. And we ended up dropping 2 albums with them, the Tum Tum, Eat or Get 8, and the Big Tuck, Absolute Truth. And then we dropped a mixtape called Tum 1006 through Fontana. And, man, it's been great. We've just been busy. You know what I'm saying? Just people ask all the time, like, hey, what is DSR doing? Everyone's doing independent projects.
Yep.
We're doing independent shows. We still do group shows of the whole DSR. But you know how some of these promoters are. They don't want to pay that big price.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, let's book one artist this month, one artist next month. And that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Staying busy with that. And, in between all that time, I ended up doing a marketing company called Gin Music Group. And we started doing marketing for other independent artists that needed help, distributing, setting up their digital, doing shows, doing interviews, podcasts, whatever. So, I got that company going on right now. And we got a lot of independent artists out there that need help. And we're trying to help them out, doing our thing with them. So, been doing a lot of stuff, man. Still got the store in Pleasant Grove. Still got the marketing company. Now I'm even marketing nightclubs now. So
Okay.
We're doing all their marketing and promotions now, too. So we picked that up a couple years back, and we're still going strong with that.
That's, man, he just had a whole bunch in a short little period of time. Speaking of shows, appreciate y'all. Y'all had me out at the Snowfest.
Yeah, with
Tuck
GZ and
performed.
DSR. Yeah.
But one thing about that I thought was really cool was Tuck brought everybody out, that he messed with here in Dallas, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Was it Jack Boy Marley he brought out, Tay Money, of course, Fat B and Tum Tum pulled up, Young Nation, who was it? Chief Dylan Chief.
I start forgetting. Gun Easy came out.
Yeah.
Man, we had a lot of artists, man. I know I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah.
But we had so many. I think we had 9 guest artists that came out on stage. But that's one thing about DSR. We doing something big.
Mhm.
We want to make sure everyone's involved.
Yeah.
If they haven't been called, we want to make sure they're involved. Even from the first one from Trill Fest a couple years back, we brought out Pookie Lucci and Little Will.
Yeah.
And this one we brought out like 9 different artists. So it's like there's a lot of events that are coming up this spring and summer, and we're locking them in, and it's the same thing. We're gonna bring out guests every time. Because there's always a lot of artists that are overlooked or can't get a hold of, and that the promoter can't get a hold of.
Yeah.
Or the promoter overlooks. So we want to make sure we bring them on stage with us, man. Because one thing about Dallas, Dallas is a very fast-paced moving city.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when promoters come, they're like, hey, let me get who's hot now and then a legend, and that's it. They make their mind up with 2 artists out of our city. And one thing with us, like, okay, we got a 25-minute slot. Let's bring a couple artists that can do their big songs, and and show we have a lot of talent in our city. So
Yeah.
that's one thing we like to do always, man.
That's one of the things I had mentioned too on 97.9. Like, man, how Dallas in itself has become such a big media hub. It's a big media market now, almost as big as some of these other bigger cities. There's a lot of artists that are in Dallas, man. There's a lot of athletes that live in Dallas in the off season, man. Dallas is really, really, really grown. That's why it's always too much damn traffic and stuff. Because all y'all people stop coming to Dallas.
Right, right.
We're full. Go back to California. But no,
Exactly.
but serious on a serious note, no, there's a lot of people doing a lot of things, big things here in the Dallas area. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna ask you something about what you've done since the last time you've been on the show. But real quick, let's talk about. You said y'all formed the group DSR. How did DSR get formed? Let's go there.
Well, and everyone used to come to T-Town Music in Root Bazaar in Pleasant Grove because we had a lot of artists come by and do autograph parties. So we would do autograph party almost every week. We had BG, we had Zero, of course we had Swisher House, we had Slim Thug and the Boss Hog Outlaws, Freestyle Kings, we had Juicy J, LeChat. Man, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting some of these other big artists. Master P and his brother Silk came by, and there was another artist who came. We had a lot of different artists come by, and people would always come up there, even artists or inspiring artists, they'd come by and get the autographs. And we saw a lot of artists coming up like, yo, you mess with this guy, you mess with that guy, man. I'm an upcoming artist too, man. Check me out. Like, all right, cool. So we'd get demos all the time. And then one day, me and my cousin just sat down. I was like, you know what? We need to make our own group. There's a lot of talent here in Dallas, and we're always supporting everybody's coming out. So let's do our own thing and see how we can do. So we end up we told everybody like, yo, we're doing we're taking demos and come on by on this date. And like I said, we had a lot of artists come by, bring cassette tapes at that time, CDs at that time. Just spitting in our face right there, just spitting some rhymes out and seeing how that goes. And we ended up picking a few, and we went to go do a CD in the studio. Shout out to Cap at the Bomb. He had a studio back in the day, right there off Polk and 35, Polk and 67, and it was just gravy, man, just gravy. And then we dropped another CD with some other artists that we liked, and then we dropped a third CD that we liked with a lot of guys, and then we were like, okay, we got to go down, man, because right now we got like 17 artists that we like. And it was like, there's no way we can take 17 guys on the road.
Nah.
So it's like we had to cut down to 6, man. So we ended up cutting down to 6 artists. And, man, we started dropping Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6. And then we got together about a year and a half, 2 years later. Like, you know what, let's do an album. And that's what we started working on. We started working on albums and just hit the road, man. Hit the road. One thing about Texas, it's so big, you can make $1 million in Texas alone. And people don't understand that. The generation that's going on right now is like, yo, I know I can get money out there, but I'd rather just sign to a label and let them give me money. And that's a whole different perception of the music business right now compared to back then. Back then, we wanted to make our own money. We wanted to keep everything we had. Whatever we put out, we wanted to keep it. Now it's like artists want to drop a single or an album and say, hey, man, I want someone to sign me and give me money. So it's a whole different ball game right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's very different. Like, for instance, I've had this conversation with people, I think with Jay Cruz and some other people. Like, now you can be a big artist without even having a song on the radio.
Yeah, true.
Once upon a time, you were very dependent on the radio getting spins because of the reach radio used to have. Now you have the power of choice. People can choose what they want to listen to. If I don't want to listen to the radio, I don't have to listen to the radio. Exactly. I go look what I want to on YouTube. I can go to Spotify, Apple. I get to pick what I want to listen to, and that's one of the things I think is powerful about podcasts. People, a lot of times, some people that's where they get their news from. People get their news now from either Twitter or X, whatever you call it now, or their podcast. You choose what you want to listen to versus back in the day, you only had a handful of radio stations you could listen to when you were in a car, or you had CDs and stuff like that. And, being on the radio, a lot of stars were made from the radio. One that comes to mind was Duro. Yeah. Duro got huge from the radio. They had the freestyle competitions and things of that nature. A lot of these cats, they needed radio to get big. And the power of the DJ, which also the DJ is still a powerful tool because, hey, yo, what was that song you playing in the club? Now people could Shazam the song. Boom, they got a new favorite artist they like right now. So it's completely different. And, the record companies, they're still in control, but they're not in control as much.
Exactly. I think it's anymore. A 50-50 game now with the artist and the label. I mean, the artist can give them 100% if they want, but why? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So right now, the artists are in position to make 100% of their own moves with just, doing shows, working with the DJs, working with the bloggers, because you got No Jumper, you got Joe Rogan. People listen to those big podcasts and they hear music or they see an interview of an artist, and that's how they learn. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways of doing it without the radio, but you know what I'm saying? We still mess with the radio. We still mess with the DJs. We do a lot of shows. We deal with a lot of interviewers and bloggers. So thank God we're in a position we get to use all the platforms that are out there, and
Yeah.
that's what I advise people to do. Like, man, there's so many platforms out there to use. Use them all.
Yeah.
You know, radio is like if they want to hear new music, man, it's like I'm pretty sure they're bombarded with artists, but it's all about the music too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got great music, you're gonna get out there. If you're a great networker, you're gonna get to those DJs and say, "Hey, man, just give me a chance." You know, boom, I'm working out here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't know everybody at one time.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to go do some work. And believe me, that's one thing we were doing is working, bro. We were out there, DJ to DJ, 2 or 3 DJs a night. We were on that road. So it's like, I tell a lot of these artists, man, I said, that's how you make, genuine friends
Yeah.
or acquaintances or business people. That's how you build your network.
Yeah.
You can't just put it on social media and think you can get that relationship. Sometimes you got to go out there, man. And it doesn't hurt to go out there and make that relationship. Let's say, for example, if I didn't know you, bro, and you got your podcast and everything, I wanted to get with you and get with your podcast. We're gonna go out to eat, bro. I'm gonna take you out to eat, and I'm gonna play my music to you, man. And hopefully you like it. And we gotta build a relationship. You might not like that first single, but then I might bring you out to eat the second time. You might like that next single. Hey, man, now I'm on your show. So it's all about networking and using what you got out here, bro.
Facts. I mean, relationships are powerful, and also your name is powerful too. Like how you treat people, people remember that. Like, oh yeah, I heard this guy did people dirty, or this person, the person.
True.
Keeping your name clean, it's like credit. Like you can't get cars and houses if your credit is not good. The same thing with your name. Your name is everything. It even says in the Bible, a good name is better than any type of ready money, any type of day. So, man, being a good person, being a solid A1 person will get you further in life. There's still going to be people that are not going to like you. You could be a solid person. People are still not going to like you.
Yeah.
But that's cool. That's on them. But if
They're
you're
haters.
they're haters. I mean, but if you're doing right by people and you're keeping your nose clean, you're not doing anything shicey, people are willing to mess with you. And, personally, that's why I believe in the power of relationships. Like, I've met a bunch of DJs and stuff like that. And, just connecting, just being a good person. Hey, man, let me buy you a drink or whatever. Just something simple, just small. Just something small like that can take you and put you in many rooms that you may not even supposed to be in. But because your relationship was good and you're a good person, it opened up the door for you. Trust me, I'm a testament to that. There's doors I probably shouldn't even been in. But me being a good person to other people, I think that helped me. And that's the reason why I'm around for 5 years.
Definitely.
Compared to some other people. Real quick, I want to do a shout out. I'm thinking about it. Shout out DJ Astronaut. We hung out with him and we had broke bread with him before the Snowfest. So shout out to him, bro. Man, he killed that that tuck set there at the concert. But yeah. So last time you were on the show was 2020. So almost 5 years has gone.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been that year. What all exactly have you been up to in those last 5 years? I know you're still representing Tuck. We still see Tuck everywhere, man. So talk to us about that.
So, I mean, I still represent, we still got the group DSR. Yeah. But what it is that manager-wise, every artist has their manager. You know what I'm saying? So I'm managing Tuck, but at the same time, when they call me for Tom or Fat B or any of the other guys, Lil Ronnie, Double T Addiction, I still gonna represent whatever I can do for them, get them a show, a feature, whatever it is. But they always see me with Tuck because I'm actually his business manager. I handle all the bookings, anything has to do with business. I handle that on a day to day. But DSR is one thing that's my group, that's my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me and Trinity, we'll rep that for the day until the day we die. You know what I'm saying? It's DSR for life. So I'm always gonna represent that. And with my marketing company, I got new artists that I represent. So you got like Jack Boy Marley, you got like Rifleman, you got like a couple other artists that I'm about to start working with now. So I keep them busy. So 2020, that was a busy marketing year for Jim Music Group.
Yeah.
People thought I was signing people. I wasn't signing people. What it is, we're a service, and we help artists, get their business straight as far as promotions and marketing, bookings, even setting up distribution, digital, or even making sure they're in the right places at the right time, networking. Because I've had artists come out and we're like, yo, we got to be at this 97.9 event or this K104 event or this new event in Shreveport or Atlanta, whatever. I let them know of everything that's going on because I'm getting emails constantly every day of this event, that event. Even with big concerts coming into town, I get those emails. So I'm always telling the artists, like, yo, you might not be – these promotional companies, they might not know you, but let's reach out to them. Let's send them your music. Let's try to get you on this big show coming up this
Yeah.
summer. And if for some reason it doesn't work out, then let's do something to get on that show, be a part of that show. So I'm always busy with that. Like I said, that's my busiest time. At that time, of course, I did a podcast for about a year and a half. Man, it just drained me, man, because I had the marketing company and then the label still, as far as DSR keeping them busy, and then I got my retail store still. So I had a lot of stuff going on, and so when I did the podcast with my co-star Z Star,
Shout out Z.
shout out Z Star. So we were just busy, like real busy, and it overwhelmed me with a lot of more stuff that I have going on, including the marketing at the nightclub still.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are late nights, bro.
Yeah.
Late nights. So it's a lot of stuff been going on lately, man.
Man, shout out Rifleman too. That dude was a solid guy, A1 dude. Y'all had him on the show.
Definitely.
I don't know, was it been a year or two? I don't know. I've lost track of the years. But shout out Rifleman. I know he does some promotion and stuff out there too. He's working on his music. So shout out Rifleman. Hope everything's going good. You have a great new year. All right, cool. So let's talk about what shows y'all got coming up soon.
So just this week alone, I had a meeting with Deep Ellum, and there's a big spring show coming up. There's a big block party coming up. So we're making sure that we're part of that somehow, some way, along with the artists. And then there's a summer fest coming to Dallas. There's actually 4 of them, and we're meeting up this week or next week about those and making sure the artists that I'm working with and I'm representing are on those events. So that's just on the booking end. And then as far as promotion and marketing on a nightlife, I got this one club that I'm doing the promotions and marketing for, and I'm about to pick up 2 other clubs that we're about to start doing marketing promotion for. So just staying busy, bro. I mean, 2025 is busy. We got new artists that I'm gonna start representing in February. Because January is always a slow season in anybody's business, nightlife or in the music business.
Yeah.
January's pretty slow. So February, I'm picking up a few more artists to help out and get them out there. You'll be seeing them out here on the street. You'll be hearing about them.
Yeah. So let's talk about like how kind of like the scene of Dallas has changed a little bit. You know how like different areas used to be popping, like everyone used to go to Uptown at one point. Now it was down to Deep Ellum. Now it was downtown. So talk about how the different geographical changes were. Spots are hot and different because I remember back in the day you were doing Crown Plaza at Club Thrive. That was a hot spot. At one point, like I said, everyone was going to Uptown. I remember me and you, we would go eat at the Village. I miss Taco Diner down there, man. You gotta bring that.
That was one of my favorite spots, bro. That's like, oh my God, that's great food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, Dallas. That's one thing I love about Dallas. When people talk, sideways about Dallas, oh, they don't have this, they don't have, I said, bro, you're not from here, bro. You don't know. We have everything. We have everything. So it's like, we got Uptown, we got downtown, we got East Dallas now, which is the new East Dallas, which is Henderson. Henderson's got like 20 bars.
Yeah.
And everyone's down there. Everybody's at Feliz Culpa or PM Lounge or even the new Charlotte or even the old Barcadia or Hideaway, bro.
Was it Fuzzy's too, the pizza place?
The Fuzzy's, yeah.
They brought back.
Yeah, they brought back that, man. They were in Uptown. Now they're on the new East Dallas right there. So, I mean, it's just so busy down here. And you got Deep Ellum popping again. It's just a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff. So,
speaking of that, shout out K Coop. One of the best bartenders down there, K
yes,
Coop.
bro.
That's the homie. And shout out my boy Kyle. That's the Fuzzies too, man.
Yeah,
They be hooking it up for your boy when you go down there. All right.
Congratulations, K-Coop, man, on his newborn, bro.
Yeah. You just had a baby.
That's his little twin.
That's my dog, man. All right, cool. So we got this, if you're OG Ray Ray's podcast listener, we got this little fun segment on the show. It's called
Slow down. I just wanna get to know you.
Slow Down. We just want to get to know you. This is where we kind of ask you some fun, kind of random questions off the rip. We don't know where we're going to go with this, but we're going to get somewhere, all right? Before we get into that, we want you to shout out all your social medias and websites you want people to follow you, or even the address to the store where people come out there and get some product and stuff from you.
Okay, well, shoot. Brew Bazaar, everybody knows in Pleasant Grove. It's at 2233 North Prairie Creek Road. We're right in the Grove, right there by Samuel High School. Also, my social media, my personal is on my shirt, G Lopez 214. I'm always promoting marketing one way or another. You can always go to Dirty Side Riders on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, X, whatever you want to call it. So we're everywhere on that. We got Gym Music Group on all the social media groups. Just type in Gym Music Group. We got the Gym Media Group. Also, we handle a lot of sports on that, a lot of promotions of nightclubs on there too. You got T-Town Music's social media. I mean, we got Latinos in Dallas, which is our Latin promotions and marketing. We do a lot of the Latin clubs here in Dallas. So if you're an up and coming Latino artist, you can definitely be featured on there also. So man, just basically just go to my page and you'll see all the links on there.
One stop shop right there.
Definitely.
All right, cool. This is one of my favorite questions to ask on a show. I love this question. All right, I like to get people's answers. There's always been some interesting answers. All right.
All right.
So if I'm Ray, I'm the movie producer, and I want to make the George Lopez story. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to star as you in the movie about your life?
Man, shoot, you got me thinking now. Man, I don't even know, bro. It's like I'm trying to think of a big Latino actor that I would like. 'Cause there's a lot of Latino actors, man, but I wouldn't like them portraying me, man. Not me. I'm trying to think. We're gonna have to go back with that answer. Man.
All right, we'll come back with that. All right. So if you won the lottery, what would you do?
Man, buy land, bro. That's the gold mine of life is land.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy me some land, build me a big house, and if I can afford to buy 20 of them, I'm gonna buy 20 of them because it's not gonna decrease. It ain't like the economy up and down. It ain't like this what do you call it? People online buying stocks and stuff. It ain't
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
That's up and down all the time. And but you buy a house, bro. The value goes up every year.
Yeah.
That's it. If it goes down one year, it's going to double the following year. So you can't lose. There's a house that I'm at right now. That house was like 85,000 at first. Now it's worth 585,000 right now.
Gosh.
And that's just in a short few years, just because of the location, man.
Gentrification.
Definitely. You'd be surprised where it's at, man. So it's crazy, man. That's one thing I would definitely do if we hit, a big lot or something. Buy land, bro.
All right, man. What's your biggest pet peeve?
I hate to say it, man. But people know food, man. It's like I'm always just eating all the time, and I've gotten on so many diets, and it doesn't work. I mean, I'm at a comfortable weight right now, but it's still not where I want to be. I used to be a lot bigger, and but that's one thing I keep saying. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. And when it comes down to food, and I'm still doing it, I just like fancy food. People are like, oh, you're fancy. And I'm not fancy. Just that, I can't be eating McDonald's all the time. I can't do that. People love that because it's an economy way to eat it. You save a lot of money and it's fast. But me, I like to sit down and enjoy my surroundings, enjoy my food. I'm gonna pay a little extra, of course, but that's just me. Me.
All right. What was the last thing you searched on Spotify?
Man, you know what? I'm never on Spotify. I'm an Apple guy, so I'm on my Apple Music all the time. That's the subscription that I got. My son's on Spotify. He says that's the best thing going. But for some reason, I just never got used to Spotify. I'm just so used to Apple. I've had Apple since they first started. I think it was 2004 when Apple Music first came up.
Yeah.
And I've been down since that.
Was it iTunes?
iTunes.
Yeah.
iTunes, and then they went from changing that to Apple Music. Period. So it's like I'm on that 24/7. I'm looking at their playlist every Thursday when they revise it. I'm looking at all playlists. I'm looking at country, house music, dance music, corridos. Rap, of course, R&B. But I'm always listening to old school.
Yeah.
I'm an old school guy, man. Their music is getting, remixed all the time now. So when I when I hear a new remix, I always tell my son, "Hey, look,
listen to the original." Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay." And I put in the original. He's like, "Oh my God, they copied it." Exactly, they copied it. All they did was rap on top of it or added a bass line to it. That's it. But this is the original. Like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, music's a big part of my life. No matter good or bad, whatever I'm going through, whatever I'm doing, any kind of job I'm doing that day, or any kind of business I'm running, I'm always listening to music.
Yeah.
Always, bro. Because like I said, it sets my tone for the day. And every day is different. Not one day is the same for me. So I'm always just doing, country or even on Sundays, man. It doesn't even have to be Sundays. I'm listening to my Christian music, and like I said, it just puts me in my mood for that day. So whatever I pick, that's what it is.
That's the power of music.
Definitely.
It determines like how you want to feel or how you're feeling. You adjust your music accordingly.
Definitely.
All right. So who is the most influential person in your life, and how did they impact you?
Man, the most influential is God, of course, because I mean, I thank Him for everything that I've done in my life. Uh, every downfall I had, I've always gone to Him and for advice, and He's distilled it in my heart to do this or do that and change this and change that. And when I've thought of doing bad or worse, just like He always gives me the Holy Spirit to tell me, hey man, you shouldn't be doing that, or you need to do this, or you need to look out for this person, or do that in your business. And even when I have artists that are going through stuff, I had an artist probably about 5 years ago, go through some stuff, and I'm not gonna mention his name, but he was going through some deep stuff. He was a hard gangbanger, bro, and he was trying to get out of the gangbang, but he was like a legend in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he was rapping, and he rapped good, man. He had the look, he had everything, bro. But he's like, man, I can't leave the gangbanging because I got all these kids looking up to me. And I said, bro, you gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? This is this is bigger than you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is bigger than them. You know what I'm saying? You got a calling to get out of that gangster life to make some money. You can help some people, on their journey, but you have to let go of that to get going on this. And man, we'd have conversations, and it was like, it's crazy, bro, because you're talking to a gangster like a real killer, and he's breaking down in front of you, bro. Like he's like, George, I feel what you're saying, bro. I want to do it, but I can't. And I brought him to church twice with me, and he went through a lot, man. He got shot during our conversation. Like a week later, he got shot up like 5 times. So I didn't see him for like 8 months. I thought he had died or went to prison, and he ended up coming back like, oh man, I got robbed, bro. I said, I got robbed. I said, that's crazy. The reason you got robbed, bro, because you were telling me you were always robbing people, bro.
Yeah.
And now it came in full circle. He got robbed. He got shot 5 times, but he made it. And so he was like, I'm trying to change my life. And then I didn't see him for a while again. And when he came back, he was like, man, I was in jail for 6 months. I said, why? He's like, bro, I had no money, bro. I had no money on the table, bro, and I got kids. So I had to go jack some people, bro. And I got caught this last time. I said, bro, all those is a reason for you got caught, bro. It's trying to get you to open up your eyes and change what you're doing. That's why you're gone 6 months away from your kids, because you went to go do some stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, it's hard to get a job as a felon. I said, bro, I understand that. But there's a lot of jobs out here that you can jump in the back of a truck, man, and help a guy put some fences up or some roofs up. You're going to get paid cash money, whatever. There's always a solution.
Yeah.
Robbing someone is not good, bro. And, I mean, it took him probably about 2 years, bro. He's got a job now. He's changed his ways. He moved out of his neighborhood, because that was one thing I told him. I said, bro, you got to move out of your neighborhood, bro, because the people that are around you are negative people, and they're bringing you down.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for you to be better than them or say you're better than them, but you need to be better for yourself and your family. So he moved out of the neighborhood. He got a job around the corner where he lives now. And he's like, George, I don't get paid much, bro, but I'm out of trouble. He said, I'm dressed nice. I go to work, 9 to 5, and I go home. I see my kids at night. I have enough to pay my bills. And that's when I said, that's all that matters, bro. That's all that matters. Fast money is not always good money, bro.
Yeah.
It's not always good money, because there's stuff that comes with it, man. Karma comes with it. Trouble comes with it. Bad vibes, bad karma comes with all that stuff, man. So, it's just different, bro. It's a whole different ball game out here.
That's one of the things I can attest to. God has a way of humbling you
Yes.
and sitting you down. He's like, all right, either you're going to sit down on your own, or I'm going to sit you down.
True. Facts.
And then once I sit you down, I want you to see there's a reason why I sit you down. Now I can take you to the next level in life.
Yep.
Now I can grow. I saw this thing one time. It says, sometimes, guys, God is telling you no because he doesn't want you to take certain people with you.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is supposed to go with you to the next level in life you're supposed to attain, because some people aren't really for you.
Mm-hmm.
They may be cool with you because you're doing this or doing that right now, but are they really for you?
Nah.
Or what you can do for them?
What you can do for them. That's the main reason a lot of people are friends these days, so-called friends. Yeah. I don't really trust a lot of people, bro. Like I said, I have a lot of people that I know, but there's not really a lot of true friends out there, because I've had true friends backstab me, and I know that for a fact. So I just stay away from them. I'm not wishing them karma. I could go after them. I'm not trying to do none of that. But I'm just like, you know what? Let me just keep my distance, bro, because I'm trying to do good in life. I mean, when I was younger, bro, I did some crazy stuff, and I can still do some crazy stuff, but that's not what I choose, because I don't want none of that. bad vibes coming towards around me and my family.
So, what is your favorite thing about yourself and why?
Man, I don't really have a favorite thing about myself, man, because I don't look at myself like that. I just know that I'm always trying. I guess I could say that. Me always trying to be a better person.
Yeah.
I think I could say that. That's the only thing that I don't try to, I don't stop. I'm always trying to be better. Every year I look at myself, I look at all the mistakes that I made, and I made a
Yeah.
lot of them every year. And I always say, I'm not going to do that again. And I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do that. So that's my thing right now. I mean, not even right now. It's like all the time. Like I said, I always reflect on what I did last year, what I didn't get to do last year.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to do this year. So that's one thing I'm always is constantly on my mind.
Okay. What was the most significant turning point in your life?
Man, I say I think there's three things, man. The birth of my kids, of course, that was a big moment. Uh,
Shout out my dog Nick.
Nick, he's rapping now, bro.
Oh yeah.
He he's going 100%. He's 100% rapping now.
Okay.
I tried to keep him away when he was around DSR, but I knew him as Lil Nick. Back then it was him and Lil Zane and Lil Twist. We thought of making a group together, and I was like, nah, let me. I don't want. I want to keep him away from that music thing. But now he's got his little thing going, man, and shoot, he's got some friends, and they got some good music coming out soon.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for Lil Nick. What's not Lil Nick no more? It's Nick. He's 26 years old now, so
You ain't little no more, Nick.
he ain't no more little. But man, what were we talking about? I just got sidetracked.
I mean, the turning part.
The turning point. Okay,
Turning
so
point of your life.
okay, so having my kids was one thing. Of course, when you get married, that's another thing. But man, I had some stuff going on these past couple years, man. I went through divorce, and then I had a heart attack. So those are the turning points in my life, man. Those four things. You went from getting married to having kids to getting a divorce and having a heart attack. So those are the first
Yeah.
those are big four turning points. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, he wasn't getting a deal. I said, bro, people have had money before. Before the deal, we had money. So it's like people get excited, like, yo, that's my biggest turning point was signing to a label. No, that's not
No.
my turning point. Like I said, whatever we were doing then, we were already doing it big. So that wasn't a turning point in my life or people around me. I don't think so. But actually, my turning point was, when you get married that first time, bro, it's a whole different ball game. When you have your kid, it's a whole different ball game. When you go to the divorce, man, it's a different ball game. And then when you get close to death by having a heart attack, man, those are turning points, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what are you doing? Like, how did this lead up to this heart attack? Stress. You know what I'm saying? Eating bad food, not taking care of yourself health wise. You have to change your life right there and then. And those are all turning points, man. Because when you get married, you're not single no more.
Yeah.
When you have kids, you're not living for yourself no more. You're living for them. To provide for them. You get divorced, man, it turns your whole life upside down because you have kids, you have
Yeah.
family, you have a home. There's a lot of stuff you got that comes with it. When you have a heart attack, man, you could have died. So you're still alive. So it's like you have to change a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
you got to change your health. You got to change your food. You got to quit stressing so much. So all those are life turning points, man. And you just have to make the best of it, man. You got to, fix whatever's broken. Whatever you did to get sick, you got to fix that, bro. And that's where those are my turning points. And believe me, I've been trying since. Like I said, back to eating. I try to eat good. Sometimes I eat too much, but that's just my thing. Other people like to drink and smoke and strip clubs and all that. That's not my thing, man. My thing is food, man. I like to go out to a restaurant and have a great time and just take my time. I can't just pull it to a drive-through and that's it. No, I have to.
Yeah. Sit
actually-
down.
I like to actually sit down and enjoy a restaurant an hour and a half. Just enjoy it. That's my enjoyment.
All right. Here's a question. What is something people will be surprised to know about you?
I don't know why, but I think people are surprised when I listen to country music and I'm posting it. People are like, "You listen to country, bro? Your whole background is gangster and R&B and rap, but why you listen to country music or they'll see me somewhere just jamming some Christian music, bro? And like, man, we think you listen to Christian music. I'm like, bro, I'm in the music for real, for real. I listen to everything, man. I listen to alternative rock. I listen to the classics. I listen to funk. I listen to everything, bro. It's like I'm trying to think. There's probably one type of music I don't listen to. It might be like folk music, but I mean, I know who's in that category, but I might not know other music. But that might be like the only thing, because I mean, people see me driving around. I'm listening to corridos. I'm listening to Tejano music. I'm listening to norteño music. People like, damn, George, you're Mexican? Like, yeah, I'm Mexican. Like, we never saw that side of you, bro. I said, no, because I don't share that side with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
It's like when I was, running 100% with the label, me and my cousin, we were always listening to new rap or old rap or rap, because we're trying to figure out the next move.
Yeah.
In that business. But now that I've slowed it down a little bit, I'm listening to more of everything, bro. I've had a country artist come to me, want to get signed. I listen to his music. I say, man, let's polish this up and we can do something.
Yeah.
Even with the Christian artist, I've had a Christian artist wanted to get signed, and they're not ready yet, but they're I'm working with them slowly but surely. I think I can get them there. You know what I'm saying? So It's like I listen to everything, bro, and I think that's what it shocks people all the time.
All right. So let's circle back. Did you figure out somebody you want to play as you in a movie yet?
Man, I would say Mario Lopez, but I don't really like that dude. I don't know what it is, but I mean, that's probably the closest dude I could think of as of right now. I'm pretty sure if I start thinking, I could probably pick someone else. I know I'm thinking of somebody right now, but I can't remember their name. Mario Casas. Mario Casas is a Spaniard. He's got some great movies out. I'd get him. I'd probably get him. Yeah, Mario Casas.
Okay.
He's got some great films out. He's out of Barcelona. So
Okay.
yeah, I think that'd be good.
All right. We got the last couple of questions. We gonna close this thing on out.
All right,
How do you want to be remembered?
man. First and foremost, a great parent, great father. That's my first thing, and then two, as a good person. That's it. Anything else after that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just want to be known as a great parent. I already know how my parents feel about me. That's fine. No one needs to know about that. But people around the world, I want them to know I was a great parent. Because that comes first. No matter me being on the road, my cousin being on the road, we always came home. Yeah. We always came home. I remember. I'm gonna tell you a quick story real quick. It's crazy. We had a show in Cleveland, and we left the night after a Friday night show. So from Friday, we left Friday at 3 a.m. We left that show, got in the van, drove all the way to Cleveland, checked in the hotel, did that show, didn't even go back to the hotel, drove back to Dallas for Sunday because Sunday was Halloween. Mm-hmm. And I had to take my kids trick-or-treating. So, family thing is more than anything. People say, man, you work so hard, you were never home. I said, no, that's not right. That's not right. I was on the road 5 days a week, and I was home 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? In those 2 days, I spent time with my kids. And the only reason I did that because I wanted to make enough money to give my kids whatever they want. People that know soccer is expensive. And my kids played for FC Dallas and the Dallas Texans. You're talking about $10,000 a season. Not a year, a season. You got 2 seasons in a year. So you're paying $10,000. You're paying 5 and 5 for both kids. That's for one season. Then you pay another 5 and 5 for the second season. You're talking about $20,000 a year in soccer, bro. So that you can't get a regular job for that. So you got to put in a lot of overtime, man. A lot of overtime. And believe me, people say, "Oh man, I know you're happy because your sons ain't playing soccer." You know what? I really love that, bro. I really love that. I really love being a part of that every Saturday morning. I would try to come home Friday night after the show, come straight home because Saturday morning my son had a game at 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, or he had tournaments. We'd have to fly to Kansas and I had to give up my whole weekend, and Trini would take over for me. I'm like, hey, Trini, I'm going to be in Kansas this weekend for my son. He's got a tournament. Or, hey, Trini, I need to be in San Diego this whole week because my son has a soccer tournament. Or Florida, whatever. Like, man, and we did it back and forth. He did with his kids. I did with my kids. We were always just, shifted because we always came back to our families, always. And the only reason we worked hard because we wanted to make sure we gave our family everything they needed. Yeah. Believe me, a house, cars, the clothes, the education, the sports, the fun that they wanted. There's a lot of parents that they're not blessed or they can't give all their kids that. All they can do is just be there with them, which is cool. But we wanted to do extra as parents to give them what they wanted and what they needed also.
Man, facts. That's facts. That's big. People think just throwing money at your kids can solve problems. It's time.
Time. You gotta make some time for them. Gotta make time for them.
All right. So when we close these interviews, I always like to ask two questions. The first being is, if you can give any advice to anyone, no matter the subject matter, what would it be? And secondly, what do you want people to take away from the podcast you did today?
Number one, they want to give people something. Give them a better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you are, try to give them the better version of yourself. We are one thing, but don't ever give that person just the negative of you or the mean side of you because you think this, you think that. Whatever it is, whoever it is, give them the better version of you. If you're okay, give them a great version of you. You know what I'm saying? If you're great, man, make it even greater of yourself. Because people are always going to remember that. They're going to remember, he's a cool dude. He's got money. But, man, you know what? Out of nowhere, bro, I was down on my luck, and he gave me some money without even me asking. You want to do something spectacular, someone's going to, remember that. Or it doesn't have to be about money. Yeah. This friend of yours, his car might not be working, and he needed you right there and then. And all of a sudden, for some reason, you decided to check on him. And then he's like, man, I got to be at this spot over here, man. But, I'm just having down on my luck. You go pick him up and take him to that spot. Yeah. Small stuff like that, bro, that's what you want people remembering you, stuff that you did for them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to ask for it sometimes. You should just be able to offer it to them. That's one thing you should be able to give back.
Okay.
And what was the second question you said?
What do you want people to take away from your interview on the show today?
Man, I mean, it's crazy, man, because regardless of what is going on, whatever you did, it doesn't matter to a lot of people, man. And that's sad, but it's the fact. I've seen a lot of legends come and go in the city of Dallas, and, they cry from that one day, maybe 2 days after that. Oh, well, they don't mention that person again. Yeah. And I've always thought that way. Even when one day I said, hey, one day I'm going to pass away, I was telling a group of good friends that I've been in business with, that I've been hanged out with, and we go back 20, 30 years, and I told them, I said, hey, the day I die, man, people going to come and it's going to be a shit show that day. That's it. Yeah. That shit show. That one day. After that, it's nothing, bro. Yeah. People don't care. People don't care what you do. You should do things for yourself and for your family. That's it. Don't worry about the world, what people think, what they're going to think, or what you're going to leave them behind, or what you're going to leave for them. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be like, oh, well, that was George. That was back then. Now he's done. Or he's no longer with us, so what? That's just the way life is, bro. And it's sad, but that's the facts. Yeah. That's the facts.
Damn. Well, man, I appreciate you coming in, dropping some knowledge, coming back on the show.
Definitely.
Hell, we have the 10th year anniversary. We want you to come back, Lord's will.
Lord's will.
Again, man, thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Make sure y'all following George Lopez and all the things he's got going on, whether it's Big Tuck, DSR, T-Town.
The music group.
The music group. Everything. If you're an artist right there and you're looking for some, good representation to help you get to the next level, a good artist. If you're a good artist, though, and you ain't coming with no crap or whatever, or if you got the money to do it, hit up George. He's gonna help guide you and get you to the next level. Real quick again, shout out Katie the singer with that single "Still Me." Make sure y'all go jam that. Man, we start off the show with positive words. Gonna end with positive words. First thing I'm gonna tell you is, I have a saying: if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Apply that to all areas of life, whether it's the girl you're trying to get, or a job you're trying to get, or something in the next level. Remember, if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. Consistency is the key. All right, cool. Now, so let's get your swag on. You know what I'm saying? Rub your hands like you Birdman. Tell yourself, I will boss up mentally. I will boss up spiritually. I will boss up physically. And I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself. It's your boy Ray. Ray's podcast, 5th year anniversary. We're celebrating all year. We out. We'll catch you next time.
Hey, get money all day. Get money all day. Get money all night. Sip my drink, ho. Let's get